All right, everyone hold on to your seats. This is an insane story. Not because of her usual outspoken opinions, Sunny Hostin is in the headlines. Rather, her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Thin, is in the news due to his involvement in one of the largest cases of RICO fraud in the history of New York. Yes, ABC may be letting Sunny go because of how big the scandal is. Let's investigate this amazing tale and watch how it develops.
View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page 6, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influence and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries. The insurance firm, American Transit, was then billed in exchange for kickbacks and other compensation, which were disguised as dividends or other cash distributions. Emmanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier.
So here's the backstory. Dr. Emmanuel, a well-known orthopedic specialist, is accused of taking part in a massive insurance fraud scheme involving over 200 defendants. You heard right, 200. This isn't your average controversy, since we're discussing possible kickbacks, unnecessary treatments, and insurance claims against Uber and Lyft drivers. Do you believe that the insurance firm American Transit was duped into paying for services that might not have even been necessary? Dr. Hostin is accused in the lawsuit of masterminding a convoluted plot to influence the system by disguising kickbacks as financial distributions or dividends. The cherry on top is that a number of procedures, particularly arthroscopic ones, were allegedly performed without a valid medical reason.
It's always the people that always do the pointing, and it always comes back to them, all right? So when you said this is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York, you guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia case. Like the mafia one was number one. This one takes it over. So he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange for the kickbacks.
Now, that's not only unethical. If it's true, it's illegal. But wait, the host's legal team isn't on board. They've declared the lawsuit without merit and claimed it's a last-ditch attempt by a financially troubled insurance company. Well, that will be decided by the courts. Meanwhile, Sunny Host's career is being upended by the fallout.
I would call this karma. I think a lot of people would. And it's not just about that. It's just about the way that she lives her life and how she projects herself on TV. I think ultimately, if you keep sending out negative energy towards people, you're only going to get that back in so many different ways.
Her husband is literally doing fraud. And maybe, just maybe, when she said it live on television, that they decided that they're going to do an investigation into her husband. Because they like, he doing what? He's taking people, listen to this, people that don't have the coverage. He's accepting the surgery and later suing the insurance company.
You're married, Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. Let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures, and look at her track record. How many times has she had to go on in the past 2 months and look at the camera and do a legal apology for all the stuff that she said on the show?
I have a legal note.
You want to take this one, Joy, or are you
Matt
good?
Gates has long denied all allegations and has not been charged with any crime.
That's true.
Also, another legal note, Pete Hegseth's lawyer said he paid the woman in 2023 to head off the threat of a baseless lawsuit.
Oh.
He has denied any wrongdoing.
That's interesting. Pay off the witness.
Famous for taking a courageous stance on topics like January 6th and healthcare reform. Even though Sunny is accustomed to controversy, this might be the most challenging assignment she has faced thus far. Sources claim that ABC is reconsidering her future on the show because they are worried about the show's image, and it's hard to blame them. This is the worst. Sunny has been a fervent supporter of accountability, justice, and holding public officials to high standards. Remember how she made fun of Donald Trump for his lawsuits?
Some
Something that I'm still struggling with, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on, is how did a convicted felon resonate more with Americans than a hyper-qualified woman of color?
I mean, I just didn't like the optics of a convicted felon sitting in the White House near a fireplace.
Now, as Whoopi said, that we have a convicted felon in the White House. Those questions should not be asked of anyone, anytime, anywhere.
You say people who are felons can't vote. Well, why are you letting them run the country? Why is that
Scandal. Do you remember her passionate debates on The View or her analogies between particular contemporary events and cow tragedies? Her critics are attacking her for what they see as hypocrisy now that her own family is in the spotlight. Not to mention that necessary. Do you, Sonny, and Emmanuel have been married since 1998, have 2 kids, and appear to be living the perfect life? Even in Thou drama, Nye has talked about her spouse on TV a lot. No one could have foreseen this amount of scrutiny, and it's almost incredible to see their family thrust into this legal turmoil. How do you all feel about this lawsuit? Are the claims more severe, or is this the insurance company's last-ditch attempt? Since everyone has an opinion about the situation, please feel free to express yours in the space provided for comments below. C-Roy and I will be in the captions below, so please feel free to express yours in the space provided for comments below. But the case is about more than simply the hosts. It's about the morality of insurance coverage, the integrity of our healthcare system, and the way prominent figures deal with personal matters. Dr. Hostin's conviction would bring about important reforms and perhaps set a precedent for cases such as this all around the country.
Here's a clip I want you guys to see of Sunny Hostin on The View, Tom, basically implicating her husband in this type of a scheme. Play the clip, Rob.
I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance. What? And they're talking about threatening him with insurance fraud. I would say you could get about 20 years in prison, so that's a death sentence for him. And then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do. So there are a lot of problems with it.
The View, even if he is found not guilty, it could provide insight into the murky world of insurance litigation. As this legal drama unfolds, all eyes are on Sonny and Emmanuel Hedden. Will their public image change as a result of this case, or will it become less prominent like so many other high-profile scandals? It's undeniable that it won't disappear very soon. Watch out, stay informed, and, as usual, post a comment below. To ensure you don't miss any updates, remember to hit the bell, like, and subscribe. Thank you for viewing, and we look forward to seeing you again soon as we continue to delve further into this evolving story.